Starting this February, millions of Americans who rely on Social Security, SSI, and SSDI benefits could see an unexpected deposit land in their bank accounts. This isn't just a rumor, it's real. The Social Security Administration, SSA, and the U.S. Treasury have confirmed that a new wave of back pay adjustments is rolling out. If you've been waiting for missing cost of living adjustments, COLA, delayed disability decisions, or recalculated benefits after filing an appeal, this could be your long-awaited moment. In fact, some seniors have already reported receiving 2 deposits within the same week. Let's take a closer look at what's going on, and more importantly, who qualifies for these back payments. I've spent hours digging through official Social Security notices, the Treasury's payment schedules, and recent policy updates to save you the trouble of navigating government websites. Here, we focus on verified, factual information. No rumors, no clickbait, just the facts, confirmed by the SSA, the Department of the Treasury, and the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Our goal is simple: to make complex updates accessible and easy to understand for retirees, veterans, and anyone living on a fixed income. So grab a cup of coffee, because what we're about to cover could put real money back in your pocket. I know many of you depend on every dollar that comes in each month. With rising grocery prices, rent increases, and ever-growing prescription costs, it can feel like your check doesn't stretch far enough. It's stressful, and you shouldn't have to chase down benefits you've already earned. Maybe you've been waiting for a cost of living adjustment that never showed up, or your disability claim was approved after months of waiting, but the back pay hasn't arrived yet. This update is especially for you, the people who've been patient, hopeful, and persistent, even as the system moves slowly. What's happening now isn't just a technical fix, it's a long overdue correction that could help thousands of Americans catch up on the money they've been owed. Here's the core update. The Social Security Administration and the U.S. Treasury have launched a multi-phase payment correction process, often referred to as a back pay wave. This is a routine procedure that occurs when Social Security finishes recalculating benefits for individuals whose payments were delayed, underpaid, or adjusted due to changes like new COLA rates, appeals, or earnings reviews. In simple terms, if your benefit amount changed recently, maybe because of a COLA increase, a disability approval, or an income verification, you might be entitled to retroactive payments for the months you were shorted. According to Social Security data shared in late January, tens of thousands of claims have been flagged for review. The first wave of back pay deposits has already begun processing through the Treasury's automated clearinghouse system this month. So, who's affected by this correction? Not everyone will receive a back pay deposit, but several key groups will benefit. First, there are those who recently had their SSDI claims approved. If your disability claim was approved after months of review, you may be owed back pay dating back to your original filing date. On average, SSDI back pay amounts range from $6,000 to $12,000, depending on your case. Second, there are SSI recipients who've had delayed adjustments. Many SSI beneficiaries experience delays in the application of their 2024 cost of living increase due to processing errors. Social Security has confirmed that these differences are now being paid retroactively. Third, retirees who've appealed benefit errors are also in line for back pay. If you appealed a benefit calculation, perhaps because your 35-year work history or earnings record was corrected, your back pay will typically arrive as a lump sum, usually within about 60 days of the decision. Fourth, surviving spouses or widows may also see retroactive payments if they recently updated their survivor benefits. Lastly, veterans who receive dual benefits, both VA and Social Security, sometimes experience delays in payment offsets. The Treasury has been working to reconcile these accounts since last fall. Let's put this into perspective with a couple of examples. Dorothy, a 72-year-old widow from Indiana, noticed that her cost of living adjustment hadn't been applied to her January check. After months of waiting and 2 calls to Social Security, she finally received an extra $312 in January, labeled as an SSA adjustment. Robert, a disabled veteran in Florida, had his SSDI claim approved in August, and he received nearly $8,400 in back pay covering 9 months. These stories aren't isolated. They're part of a nationwide effort to clean up delayed payments. So, what kinds of back pay are we talking about? There are 3 main sources: COLA underpayment adjustments, disability retroactive pay, and appeal or error corrections. Let's break each one down. First, if your cost of living adjustment wasn't properly applied in January, you may be owed a COLA underpayment adjustment. For example, if your monthly benefit is $1,800 and the 3.2% COLA increase was missed, you would be owed an additional $57.60 per month. If this was missed for 6 months, that would add up to roughly $345 in back pay. Second, if your SSDI claim was approved after a long review, you're entitled to retroactive pay for the months between your onset date and the approval minus a 5-month waiting period. For example, if your monthly award is $1,400 and you're owed 7 months of retroactive pay, that would total around $9,800. Third, there are appeal or error corrections. If Social Security made a mistake in calculating your benefits, perhaps due to missing work credits or wage reporting errors, these adjustments can range from a few hundred to several $1,000s. According to the SSA's latest payment accuracy report, the agency is auditing over 250,000 payment cases and plans to finish by early 2026. For many seniors, these back pay deposits will happen automatically, no extra forms needed. If you've recently received a case decision or award letter, you can check for retroactive payments or underpayment adjustments in your online SSA portal. To do this, simply go to ssa.gov My Account. Click on Benefits and Payments, then check the Payment History tab where extra deposits will show up first. For those on Medicare, if your income has dropped, you can file Form SSA 44 to appeal higher Part B premiums based on old income. It's a smart move that can help you keep more of your money each month. Now, here's the good news. Most of these back pay deposits are automatic. You don't have to fill out any new paperwork. The SSA has upgraded its processing systems to move from regional batch runs to real-time payment corrections. This means that once your case is verified, the Treasury releases the funds within days, not months. For retirees, this could mean an extra $200 to $600 in one-time catch-up payments. For SSDI recipients, it could be anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 depending on the specifics of your case. And here's even better news. These payments aren't taxable as new income if they're simply correcting past underpayments. Of course, you should always double-check with a tax preparer, but typically, it's just your own money being returned to you. For many, this means being able to catch up on bills, groceries, or even that heating bill heading into the colder months. But let's be honest, not everything's perfect. Some people may still have to wait longer if their case is still being reviewed, and while these payments are a much-needed boost, inflation continues to hurt. Food prices have risen nearly 19% over the last 2 years, utilities are up more than 12%, and Medicare Part B premiums are expected to rise again in 2026. But remember, delays don't mean denial. The system moves slowly, but it does move. If you haven't received your back pay yet, that doesn't mean it isn't coming. It might just be waiting for final verification from your local SSA office. Stay patient, stay organized, and know that you're not alone. Thousands of Americans are in the same waiting line right now. Now, what can you do to prepare and ensure that you get the benefits you're owed? First, log into your My Social Security account at ssa.gov. Check your payment history and messages for updates. Second, verify that your bank account information is correct. Even a small error in your routing number can delay your payment. Third, if you've had a life change like retirement, disability approval, or a change in widow status, contact Social Security to confirm that your benefit type and start date are accurate. Fourth, reach out to your local area agency on aging or SHIP counselor. They can help review your benefits for free and check if your state owes you any Medicare savings or extra help programs. Finally, review your tax withholding using Form W-4V if you want federal taxes automatically withheld, so you know your exact take-home amount each month. And if you're on Medicare, check out Part B giveback plans in your area, but compare carefully, as not all of them are equal. To quickly recap, check your SSA account, verify your bank info, confirm your benefit details, contact SHIP or your area agency on aging, and review your W-4V tax form. Following these steps will help ensure you don't miss any retroactive payments or extra savings. Looking ahead, the next cost of living adjustment takes effect in January 2026, based on inflation data released every January. A second round of back pay reconciliations is scheduled between February and April 2026, focusing on appeals, survivor benefits, and income corrections. Additionally, The SSA's modernization project should result in faster processing and digital tracking nationwide by late 2026, meaning that next year's adjustments should be processed quicker and with fewer headaches. Now, a little encouragement. These benefits aren't charity. They're what you've earned. You've worked for them. You've paid into the system. You deserve every dollar. If you've been waiting for months or even years for that correction, don't lose hope. You've handled tough months before, and you'll handle this one too. Your patience matters. When that extra deposit hits, whether it's $200 or $2,000, remember that it's more than just money. It's recognition of everything you've contributed to this country and a reminder that fairness still matters. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Have you seen any unexpected deposits or unusual payments in your account lately? Were you part of the recent back pay corrections? Share your story in the comments. It might help someone else who's still waiting. If you found this update helpful, please like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next verified update. You'll also find links in the pinned comment to SSA's My Account, Extra Help, Medicare Savings Programs, and SHIP Counseling, all official and completely free. Until next time, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. You've earned every dollar and you deserve peace of mind.